Hello guys, today you'll be making a line plot and you'll be recording some data that you get by rolling some dice. So if you follow the directions on that assignment I gave you, you'll have a line plot started for you, like looks like this. It goes from 2 to 12. Why? Because those are the only possible things you can get by rolling 2 dice. If you roll 2 ones, you get a 2. If you roll 2 sixes, you get a 12. If you roll anything in between those things, you'll get everything in between those things. So what you're going to be doing is rolling those 2 dice. If you follow that link, roll those dice. If you hit the middle button on the top of after you follow the link, you'll be rolling 2 dice instead of 3 dice. Or if you have 2 dice at home, you can always just use actual dice. But what you do is you're going to roll 2 dice. Say you get a 5 and a 2. That equals 7. Add them up. You're going to do this 15 times. So if you roll 2 dice again, maybe you get a 6 and a 5. That's 11. So you're collecting this data by rolling 2 dice. So maybe you roll 1 and a 2 and you get a 3. Then you roll 4 and a 6 and you get 10. Then you roll a 5 and a 2 and you get 7. Then you roll a 3 and a 4 and you get a 7. You're going to do this continually until you've done it 15 times. Then you're going to record that on a line plot. Remember, a line plot needs to be numerical data, which means it's data in the form of numbers, which rolling 2 dice would give you numbers. So this can be recorded on a line plot. So what you're going to do is you're going to put an X, we're going to use X's, to represent each number. So we had 7 first, we're going to put an X above 7. You will be dragging them over. They're there already. You just have to click them and drag them over, or you can use your arrow keys to move them. So you got a 7, you're going to put an X over your 7. If you get an 11, you're going to put 1 over your 11. Then you get a 3, you're going to put 1 over your 3. A 10, you put 1 over your 10. You get another 7, you put 1 over your 7 again. You get another 7, you put 1 over your 7 again. Then you can kind of see which one happened the most, what's the highest. You can give questions to answer on the next slide. Which one was the highest roll? What's the lowest roll you have? I have some questions. I don't remember what exactly they are. But you need to make sure you answer those questions on the 3rd slide. So another thing to note is it's important to keep these stacks neat. So let's say you rolled 2 8s also. You don't really want it to be like this. Or maybe you had a 3rd 8 and now it's like this. If you have the same number of X's in 2 spots, they should be the same height. That way it's easy to tell, right? So be kind of neat with it. I know it can be hard to line those up perfectly, so I'm not going to be super strict about it since you guys are on the computer, but try to get them as level as possible. So if you had 3 7s and 3 8s, they should be in line with each other, right? The same height, because there's the same amount of them. Right, and then make sure as you go with all of them, you try to keep them in these nice, neat rows, not just everywhere. So we can actually see what is going on with the data you collected. All right, and then once you have that and you've answered those questions on the 3rd slide, you can go ahead and turn that in. And that's what you're doing today, is just creating a line plot.